Previously on Creased.
It is Tuesday, November 1st, and the first raffle for the Lost and Found has popped up on Culture Kings. So disappointing. Can't even get an entry in. When I was in Nike, they told me that, people won't be able to camp out because they'll shut the gates. So we'll see how that works out. We've gone in every single raffle that we can, except for USG, because that's in SA and it's pickup only. So we went in InQ, Finesse, Subtype, Above the Clouds, Up There, Supply, Nike Retail, Culture Kings, Laced. I feel like that's all of them. So far, got that all from Supply, Finesse. People are saying InQ, but I haven't seen anything saying they've drawn theirs. So, 2 L's, more to come. Let's see. At this stage, we might have to go all the way down to Sydney and just do the fucking early morning thing. I don't know. I really don't know. I may have jinxed myself in the whole... Maybe this is the one I don't get it. I don't know. I really want a pair though. Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. If you've been following along, if you're into sneakers, this is like the final straw of the saga, man. Like the Lost and Found. This is release day. And look, the plan was to aim for around about 7 AM when the gates open. And I've been told a bit of information, some conflicting, but I've been told if I get there around 7 AM I should be good on a normal release. So I don't know what it would be like, but that's on a normal release. So Pitt Street Mall are doing first come first serve. Again, hearing conflicting stories about the amount of stock. If we don't hit on them, I still hadn't heard from InQ. They're an in-store pickup, and then if people don't pick up their pairs, you can also they do a first come first serve on what's left over. So few chances in the city, plus at the time still waiting on a bunch of raffle entries. So let's go. It is 20 past 5. Have had fuck all sleep. Just could not get to sleep no matter how early I went or tried. Was all getting ready and like, yep, no worries. And like, it's still dark outside. We're gonna see what we can do in this first come first serve. I've been told that Westfield gates don't open until like 7, so people won't be camping overnight, so there is worth it. I've been told that Nike won't be honouring the lines. It will be first come first serve, so it could be mayhem. That's what JP's told me. He used to work for Nike, so I don't even know. Just gonna head down. I'm half asleep, all types of confusion. Couldn't even think of what shoes to wear. We're going for the lime camo 90s, not Jordans for some reason, but it's fine. We're gonna get some Jordans. Still haven't heard from a bunch of raffles that announced today. Some you pick up on the day, some are online, so we got to get at least one. On top of that, I have no idea what I'm going to do for parking, because obviously I'm going to be waiting there for a couple of hours. No, I'm just going to try and find somewhere, make sure the signs say I'm good for a few hours. I don't know. I'm so tired. Alright, we got my OG parking spot till 12 PM. That should be plenty of time. I may need to re-up on parking for InQ, I'm not sure. Let's go. I'm assuming that I just looked for the pile of people in front of a gate waiting to open. Let's see. So always fuck it up which entrance is the one that gets you right into Nike straight away. So I have to look for a dude that looked like they'd sell mids to make 20 bucks. The city is dead. A massive Christmas tree. This is the quietest I can ever remember it. I can't remember ever being in here this early though. Fingers crossed. Most guaranteed that'll be it. When I got there initially, it looked like there was a fair few people. But as you like go around and see it, it just kept going, like right up to even past Foot Locker, I think. And I've gone, fuck this, I'm not lining up. I'm gonna duck downstairs and like try and do the sneaky. Big ass line, but I may have fucking figured out a way to sneak in down the toilet. Just chill down here. I don't know. I can't even fucking find the toilets. The toilet. Actually, do need to go there. One kid full hit me up. He's like, "Oh, watch your YouTube." I was like, "Oh, is that enough to sneak me in the line or what?" Nah. I did actually have to go to the toilet, and basically what I said to guys, I'm like, "Oh, is there a toilet downstairs?" And I was gonna wait and try and sneak my way in. Little did I know that they give you a little raffle, like a meat tray raffle, bit of paper, right? So, but I'd given up on that idea because I'm looking at the time. I'm like, oh, they don't even open till 9. I'm not going to sit down here for 2 hours. So I'm like, I may as well go up in the line. What's funny is like when I first seen the line, I'm looking around going, fucking hell. And I'm filming it and everything. This kid yells out, "I seen you on YouTube." And then like, it was a big L shape, right? He was on the smaller part of the L, so quite close to the front of the line. I said, "Oh yeah?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll watch your videos." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Does that mean you'll sneak me in?" He's like, "For 500 bucks. Like, fucking hell. Come to find out, if they were there, like people started camping out at 8 PM the night before. Some people camped out from like 1 AM the night before, but like the front of the line was 8 PM. That's what I'm told. That's what I kept hearing in the line, people talking, but that's insane. 12 hours, maybe even longer, right? I don't know, I just value my time more than that, to be fair.
Like I said, guys, gap between the doors, please.
So we're waiting in line like 2 hours, bro. Like, no, longer. 7 AM till 10 AM, so 3 hours. And like, we're getting moved, we're getting told not to block doors, we're, you know, this, that and the other, straighten up, get this, and it's going super slow. And as we're getting there, we're just seeing people come out with pairs and more pairs. And like at the start of this, there was a Nike employee there. I said, "Is it even worth lining up? Have you got enough pairs for this?" She's like, "Oh, it depends if you want them enough." And I'm like, "Well, no, that doesn't make sense. Do you have, look at the line, is there enough pairs if I join the line?" Anyway, so we're lined up, literally 10 o'clock. My back is killing me. Like, standing up for 3 hours, shuffling, you know, 20-30 meters in total over 3 hours. Insane. Probably bigger than that, but they're getting to, when I'm getting to the front of the line, I'm seeing they're sending people down 4x4, and they're giving them this little paper raffle thing, right? and you know, we're seeing people still coming out with pairs, and we're checking sizes. Yo, what size is that? And then I'm seeing people, like when I'm in that small shape of the L, they still got 10s. I'm like, yes, okay, we might, it might be possible there. And you know, even though I've been there for 3 hours, there's probably as many behind me as there were at the start in front of me. The line just kept getting bigger. Like the line stayed the same size throughout my whole time being there, right? And the next group sends down a 3 and misses me. Well, that's a bit weird. And he's like walking around, he almost looks hesitant to say something, and then he goes, sorry guys, all sold out, and just walks off. I'm like, yo, you were sending down groups of 4, the last one you sent a 3, I was meant to be the 4th. Yeah, well, they don't have enough, they only had this. I can tell you, within that line, right, people were, you know, whatever they were getting. Of the line, how many people were getting their size? If their size wasn't there, were they walking off? Nah. Every single person in front of me, essentially, got a pair, and it didn't matter what they were copping. They were copping whatever they could cop. At one point I got told they had heaps of 9.5s, and they said, yeah, they got this many 9.5s. So I'm looking at the amount of people in the line, I'm like, ah, sweet. I'll just get a 9.5, I'll take the inner sole out. Not the case, obviously. But when you start looking, like, as soon as they've gone from there, they're just posted up in that little area. They're getting all their bags together, they got their mates to come get so they can get pairs. Like, you're seeing kids with like 15 pairs. Like, it's insane. And look, good luck to them spending more than 12 hours sleeping on the streets just to make, I mean, the profit margin doesn't make sense to me, right? The amount of money that they're gonna make on these, when you boil down your time, when you boil down, like, you know, how uncomfortable and all that, you factor in everything. Like, it's minimum wage. You may as well go work at Macca's. I don't know. I would have liked the pair of shoes if I didn't fuck around downstairs thinking about sneaking around. If I didn't like and ah walking around the line, filming the line, I'd probably get a pair. Would it be my size? I don't know. It could have ended up just being a kid's pair. And for me, like, I wouldn't have just bought a kid's pair to have it. Or maybe I would have to review it at least. I don't know. But at this point, still a bunch of raffles to be announced. So I just left it as it were. So, like, I'm having a conversation with the dude from Nike that said they're sold out. I'm like, yo, like, you know, none of it, like, majority of these people didn't buy it for feet, right? It's all resellers. They've got like 10 pairs, 15 pairs sitting up there, hassling people in the streets. They're going up to people in the line, yo, if you want your pair, come see us, make sure you got cash, right? Nothing new by this point, but I'm talking to the guy from Nike. He's like, oh, what can we do? We made them show IDs so they didn't come twice, this, that, and the other. I was like, bro, make them wear them out. I said, if you made them wear their pairs out, like, that line is probably halved. I mean, look at Culture Kings, right? The way they do it, they make them wear them out. There wasn't that many people, like, chilling around Culture Kings later in the day at 11 AM. I don't know. It was frustrating, especially being the next person. But like I said, at that point there was so many more raffles to be announced that I wasn't that fussed, and I was pretty sure if I went straight to NQ that I'd be able to sort that out. But when I went down to Nike, they're like, shut the gates, because like I started walking and the whole line followed me. And like, they're like, shut the gates, and I've turned around, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And they had to have a debrief, all this, and they're like, oh, you know, come back in half an hour. I'm just like, alright, I need some breakfast. Like, I was so tired, barely slept the night before. And like, it's funny that another thing that factored into that, you know, being the next and missing out, was like, I remember waking up at like 2 a.m, 3 a.m, 4 a.m, like I was waking up on the hour. And I even thought about, like, at the 4 a.m, like, maybe I should just drive down now, right? And just take my camping chair. Because it'll be a while longer than what I'm expecting. If I'd done that, I'd get a pair. Again, I don't know if I get my size. Maybe I'll go to 9.5. Who knows? An hour earlier. It's possible. Very possible. But it is what it is. Let's go shopping. It's like a walk of shame. So I was talking to the guys in Subtype. They had the Shelf Life 2s in there, perfect condition in terms of quality control. They also had the Detroit ones. I can't remember what the company is, but the quality of leather on that Detroit 2 is incredible. The only thing I don't like is the red and blue stripe on the side, which I'm assuming is like a throw to Detroit Pistons, but for me, I could have done without it. I did try them on. I didn't like how they looked on feet, so I left them there. But they were telling me their raffle got pushed back to like Tuesday, so I don't know why, but it just gave me more time, I guess. But I'd also gone to InQ, and they'd done, like, given people a raffle ticket to be able to go into the leftover raffle like the day before, so I couldn't even do that. Like what happened with the powder blues, and you know, I just stumbled onto that, but I kept it in the memory bank. I'm like, so I can't do it? And they're like, nah. And while I was in there though, like I was talking to the guy, there was also a guy that picked up his raffle win, and he was putting them straight to feet. I would have done the same if I got a pair, just for the content, bro. Like, I'm gonna put them to feet anyway, because they're a good looking shoe, but for the content, if I got them at Pitt Street Mall, InQ, wherever, put them straight on the feet, get the dude to film me or whatever. But he was doing it, and we were talking about, and you know, the guy there was like, oh, would you pay like 400 for them? I'm like, nah, fuck that. I've got like 200 pairs of shoes, bro. If I miss out, I miss out, there'll be another pair. This guy, like, was putting them in, he had them in hand first, and I'm seeing them in hand, and like, don't get me wrong, they look super crazy, but are they $400 crazy? $500 crazy? Not on your life. Not to me anyway. To you they may be. To me it was the quality that we probably should be getting from a normal pair of Jordan 1s. That's what I feel. When I went to George Street Nike, they were the same. People were only allowed to pick them up from, say, 12 p.m. It was around about, or just before 12 p.m, because that's when my parking ran out. And they do it later in the week if there was any people that, you know, didn't pick them up. But they had all their pairs downstairs boxed, like, you could see them when you went downstairs underneath the stairs, like they had heaps of stock. So I don't know how I missed out on that raffle, because that was another in-store raffle that if I got the dub, like I could pick it up at George Street. But when I was waiting in line, like during that 3 hours, they would pop up L. It just kept popping up, so it is what it is, man. Did the entire fucking walk of shame. Yeah, went through Nike, talking with a guy that I remembered midway through. I was like, ah, we've spoke before, he's a good dude. Went to Subtype. They had the Jordan 2 lows in the Shelf Life and the Detroit collab. The Detroit collab is insane, the quality. I don't know if I like the red and blue. I may still get them. I don't know yet. If I get one, I want two. If I get two, I want three. I want all three from the pack, so I don't know yet. Nike was a shit show. To be fair, I was the last person. I would have been the next person. They were sending groups of 4. I was the 4th out of the last group. The last group, they sent 3. I think it would have been 9.5 I would have got, which I would have made it work, take the inner sole out or whatever. But the way it worked, was, look, to be honest, kids had like 15 pairs. You'll see the video and everything like that. It's just nuts. The system, the way they do it is fucked. There's ways they can fix it, but they're just trying to pump it out as quick as they can, right? If I didn't walk around trying to find a spot to hide, which wouldn't have worked, I wouldn't have been able to slip in like that, because they were giving out these little fucking raffle ticket things to be able to purchase it. So if I wasn't fucking around downstairs for so long, I probably would have got a pair. Would I have got a kid's pair or whatever? I don't know, but super frustrating. Lined up for 3 hours and went no further along. As I was doing that, I'm getting notifications. You lost this raffle. You lost this raffle. You lost this raffle. Shout outs to the boys. So far, like, of people I talked to, there's been a few that have hit, so I'm super stoked for you. But I'd be even more stoked if I hit a pair. So, worst case scenario, subtype gets drawn Tuesday. They've held it back. Foot Locker is the biggest allocation. I'm pretty good with Foot Locker raffles. I've done pretty well. And JD hasn't announced anything. Culture King's online raffle hasn't been announced, so I don't know. I want a pair. They look really good. All the fucking resellers showing them off in Pitt Street Mall, and then yeah, so many videos of people with multiple pairs, and then those same people then lined up at Foot Locker to try and get some toddlers and fucking PS size, preschool size. Then went to Culture Kings for the online raffle, for the in-store raffle. Greedy, absolute greed. So of 12 pairs, I have none. I'm completely defeated. I'm drained. I need a nap. Sneakers at 9 o'clock. Foot Locker on Monday. Subtype on Tuesday. JD whenever they work it out. But I didn't think it'd be this hard. And I'm talking to other people and they're saying the same thing. Everyone basically was of the opinion it'd be easy to get doubles. Not the case. So, was I able to cop? Did I get a retail assist? Did I get a raffle win? Did I get an in-store pickup? Closest I came to getting a win or getting anything near it was putting my Jordan 1 KO lid on top of my Jordan 1 OG box and trolling y'all on fucking IG, but I couldn't get a pair, bro. And look, it is what it is. Subtype, by the time Subtype came around, I got a bunch of people to go in for my size. None of them hit. I probably should have did that with Foot Locker first, but to be honest, I was so confident that I'd be able to get a couple of pairs. Not the case. I do know people that doubled up and their doubles went for a retail assist for people. So that's what I like to see. I did see a lot of good people that I know will put them straight to feet, get the wins, but I also saw a lot of people reselling and a lot of cancelled orders apparently. So I'm going to do a video, another video on this, because I don't want this one to be too long, detailing my thoughts on like the whole release of it, because it was a mess from start to finish. We'll do that another time. Look, I got an L, like the boys in the Soul Kitchen message group was saying, look, on to the next sneaker. There's another one dropping next week, right? I just got an Amanier for L as well, so, but I did pick up something today, so something that I've been looking at for a minute. So this has been another episode of Creased. Let me know in the comments, bro. Were you able to pick? Were you able to cop? Was it retail? Did you pay resell? Because like initially on the day, I want to say they were trying to sell them for $400, and then like once it got to Facebook, it was like between 600, 700, 800. Like the market's all over the place. It's crazy because like for Chicago on the resale market, it's still quite cheap, right?
These are like 1500, 1100, something like that. The origin stories. 2015s are like 1500, 2 grand depending. 85s, 94s go crazy, but yeah, I don't know. It could be the fact there was a lot of stock, but who knows. It was a mess. Leave it in the comments what your thoughts were. I'm going to do a whole overview of the actual release and, you know, with Nike and everything like that in another video, where it's going to be me ranting and raving because there was a lot of fuck shit going on. But this has been another episode of Creased. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back twice a week. Peace.